We're not gaslighting?
No, we're not.
I feel like
I live
don't
for
know.
gaslighting.
You know, it's America's national pastime. They say it's baseball, right?
Yes.
But I'm pretty sure with the evolution of dating apps and everything, how do we know it's not gaslighting?
No, it is.
You know what?
No, I never said that.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wrinkles in the Crease. My
Oh, boy.
name is Trevor Neal. I'm with my co-hosts Zachary Morgan and Natasha Gershon. We're going to take the stories of hockey and iron out the details.
Are we? I didn't know we did that.
This is the second week in a row that, it's been hijacked. I was actually getting ready to do it, but then Trevor just kind of
do it this time because
no. It's done. We're in. We're going.
I felt confident.
He did it.
And I thought I did a good job.
Natasha, you know what? He got our names right. The only issue is he didn't introduce himself as the less than real deal Trevor Neal.
Yes.
He just went right for the Trevor Neal.
Did I forget to bring up in the last podcast that I casually ran into James Neal?
I think you did, yes.
I think I did. I think I accidentally glossed over that. It's not much of a story, but it's just kind of...
Trevor ran into his long-lost older brother.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he bought me a beer and everything. It was great.
Oh, that would actually be really cool. That would be very, very cool.
Oh, no, we're back to which NHL players we'd have a beer with. And Natasha's going to bring up Max Domi again. This made a good clip last time.
Absolutely not.
Grab a beer with? I don't know. I'd grab drinks. I'd meet Nico Hischier for drinks, though.
Oh, yeah.
That's a good one.
Oh, yeah.
Anyway.
Can we start with the Devils and just that they may be the most fun team in the league?
We may as well, because I'm in favor of it.
I caught a bit of the Devils Penguins game yesterday, and I learned two very important things. Jesper Braun is back. Okay, he looks good, and the Penguins are god awful. The Penguins are real bad.
Evgeny Malkin is still pretty good, though.
Oh yeah, and Sid's still good.
That shot is still there. That shot is still there for Malkin. Malkin had 2 goals last night. For those who aren't familiar, the Devils did win 5-2. Nico Hischier put up a 4-point night in the return of Jack Hughes, who had a huge assist on the Jesper Bratt goal that was previously mentioned.
That was his first game back?
That was his first game back, yeah.
Okay. He looked good. He looked
really good. They shuffled up the lines a little bit, too. It does now look like Jack Hughes and Jesper Bratt are on the same line, along with...
anybody. It could be me.
Along with Yegor Sharangovich, who had one of the nicest passes you will see
of the year
this NHL season. It was absolutely...
I dropped hit the floor.
It was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting.
Natasha's like, ew, Devils.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm more open and forward thinking about that. The future of the league is Newark.
I love this.
I don't make the rules. They're going to eat Taylor ham out of the Stanley Cup. It's going to be glorious. They're going to fill it with the dirty water from Zach's hometown.
No. We're going to go right to the Passaic River, and we're all going to indulge in the lovely gift of Agent Orange that was left there by the company that produced Agent Orange because they dumped it in the Passaic River. And,
New Jersey's wonderful.
So we're all going to make sure that we can't grow trees inside of us or something. I don't know. I don't know. Don't go near the Passaic River ever.
If you go to New Jersey, bring bottled water.
Just a good rule. Yeah. About New York though, because the Hudson River.
Texas is
New York
bad.
City tap water is fine. I stand by that. Sometimes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sometimes. Zach, is this finally the episode where I get to say the Toronto Maple Leafs might be a legitimate contender, and no one's going to be too mad? Because usually,
no,
I could make a joke, but I'm not going.
Guys, yes. I think Tim Hortons needs to keep a lookout for Ryan O'Reilly because Toronto.
Is Ryan O'Reilly a big Timmy Hortons guy? Am I?
No, he drove his car through one.
What?
You don't remember this? He drove his car into the front window of Tim Hortons.
Was this after the Stanley Cup win? Please tell me this was.
No, this is before. I think this is Buffalo days where he hated himself. Yeah.
Ryan O'Reilly hit. Oh my God.
Tim's better be careful.
Okay. Oh, no. This makes sense. He was playing for Buffalo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
no. And during that point in time, players were going and playing for Buffalo and becoming clinically depressed.
Yeah, Ryan O'Reilly publicly said when he was a Sabre that he hated hockey.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the guy he was traded for, Patrick Berglund, lasted like 2 months before he straight up retired. He would rather have retired. He straight up would rather retire than play for the Buffalo Sabres.
Did the Sabres get Tage Thompson for Ryan O'Reilly? Is that how that worked out? Because I think I saw that somewhere.
I know Patrick they might have actually, because I'm seeing he was drafted in the first round in 2016 by the St. Louis Blues. Yes, he was part of that deal. The Blues sent Sabatka, Berglund, Thompson, and a 2019 first round pick.
Oh. And
a 2021 second round pick. God, that was they gave up.
Everybody won that trade. Everyone won that trade though.
Oh, 100%. I mean, the Blues won a cup literally that year. It was a perfect trade.
So Ryan O'Reilly gets traded to a team and then immediately wins the Stanley Cup for the second time in his career.
Yeah.
Yeah. Let's be real here, Zach. Ryan O'Reilly makes the Leafs terrifying to play in a 7-game series. But I saw some criticism about the Leafs and why they're not that bad in the playoffs to play up against is that there's no one that you hate, and Natasha could vouch. Noel Acciari is a player you hate, right? Like he's what the Leafs need. Ryan O'Reilly adds so much to that lineup, and they're not done. They're not even close to done.
I get a feeling that
the Leafs are going to add another player.
Kind of unfinished. You know. Yes. They're missing some pieces.
So this is what's going to happen here. From what I'm hearing, Matt Murray's getting sent down, or he's not playing again. His cap is going to go away. Yeah. Oh my God. Oh my God. Huh. So there's like a few. Someone laid out a scenario that's very likely in which they free up a little over $4 million. Still. So people are thinking maybe McCabe from Chicago. There's a few different options they can go for now. I know they've worked with Chicago before. Kyle Dubas has his guys. If you've noticed when the Leafs make trades, it's always certain teams. St. Louis is one of them. Chicago is as well. So McCabe would look good as a Leaf to shore up the defense a little bit. But they got a lot more dangerous with that trade, and Ryan O'Reilly looked really good as a Leaf last night. Really good. And he's from Toronto, so he has the passion. He knows what it takes.
Well, I did see him comment about how he does feel it's special to be playing in that building in front of that crowd. So he's definitely invested. Yeah. But
and guys, I don't know if Boston's as dangerous as what we've perceived them as all year. I really
they're pretty dangerous.
No, they're dangerous. But when has a team gone this hard in the regular season and succeeded in the playoffs?
2002.
2002, exactly.
The Detroit.
It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. They fail more often than not.
There's a reason why the President's Trophy is considered somewhat of a curse. Who was the last team to win the President's Trophy to win the Stanley Cup? Was it the Boston Bruins? No, it wasn't the Boston Bruins because that year it was the Canucks that won the President's Trophy. Let's find out.
It's here. I watched Game Over Montreal last night.
No, it was the Chicago Blackhawks in 2013. I don't even need to scroll down. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I watched Game Over with Andrew Berkshire last night, so I don't want to 100% take credit for the take, but he just said the last time the Boston Bruins had a serious chance at a Stanley Cup was when they lost St. Louis. Because they're old. It's okay. Like, I don't know. Like, I would not be surprised if they won the Cup at all. But don't be surprised if they get into the playoffs and their core, which is all on the wrong side of 30, struggles a bit.
I don't know, man. They got a guy who is very much under 30 who can carry that team.
Yeah. But Are you really saying that with the addition of Ryan O'Reilly, they curb stomp Toronto now? Is that series looks a lot better for Toronto than it did 2 days ago?
I mean, looking a lot better for Toronto in a series against Boston is looking like, oh, hey, maybe we
don't blow a lead this time.
Yeah, like they. I don't know.
Noel Acciari's gonna punch the faces in come the playoffs. I think I'm more excited, just as excited for Acciari as I am O'Reilly, and that feels really, really weird because it feels like Acciari's been the player that they've lacked for so long. Because like we kind of had Kyle Clifford who did the punch face thing pretty well, but he wasn't like a gift. He wasn't as talented as Acciari is, from what I'm seeing. I haven't watched a whole ton of Acciari, but from what I remember from the playoff runs and having to watch him in the playoffs, yeah, he's exactly what the Leafs have lacked. They're exciting. Plus, Samsonov's been good. Not having to deal with Murray, I just think makes it easier, honestly. Joseph Woll's been okay at coming up to play backup for Sammy. Shalgren's been okay, and Sammy's been great.
Is now the plan to have Woll stick around as the more or less permanent backup to
I think so.
Sammy as for the time being?
I don't think they know when Matt Murray is coming back, injury-wise. And you don't have a goalie go out twice in a season long-term and be successful. It's sad that it had to happen the way it did because I actually thought he was good. It's just the body didn't hold up. He needed two things to go right, and one of them did.
I feel like we knew this from the start, though, but we didn't want to believe it, you know?
No, I tried to tell you guys that this is exactly what happened, but you were like, no. Matt Murray is a stronger than Mackenzie Blackwood. Okay.
He's a Vezina contender.
But you said that he was going to be god-awful. He wasn't, though. When he was healthy, he was good.
Yeah, I guess.
It was better than it could have gone. Kyle Dubas rolled the dice on a player that gets hurt. That was through a serious rut of his career the last few seasons. Got him to play well, just the body didn't hold up. But I really think that the trade for O'Reilly does say that Kyle Dubas is coming back as GM. Because he scared Leafs management with the Nick Foligno trade and how badly that went, who played like 3 games for them. And I think they kind of hesitate to let him do a lot of things at deadline. And this is the year that he went, I need to do something. I need to go all in. And he did for me, at least. Someone tell me I'm wrong. I feel like I've been going on so long. A lot of Leafs fans are saying that this time it feels very, very different to previous seasons. Like we're serious now.
I mean, I'm going to say what I said about the Avalanche last year. Put your money where your mouth is. Show me in the playoffs. Because until the Avalanche actually did what they did, I didn't think they were going to get out of the first round. Because they're perennial failures. Because they hadn't won a thing. What have the Leafs done? Great. They added a guy who has won. That gives them more depth. And you're right. It does improve their chances against Boston. But until you show me at least a Series 1 win, I'm not buying into Toronto.
Okay, theoretical. If they go in and play really, really well against Tampa, let's say they take Tampa out in 6. Because that's going to be the path. It's going to be Tampa-Boston, most likely. If they really do well against Tampa, like it's not much of a series. Is Boston scared?
No.
Boston
is not. Don't kid yourself. Boston is not scared of the Toronto Maple Leafs at all, period. They have no reason.
They have to respect them, though. I think they really have to respect. I think they respect them now.
Respecting and being scared of them is 2 very different things. I'm sure they respect them to some extent, but there is no way, shape, or form that you can convince me that the Boston Bruins, as currently made up with the players that are on that roster that have the experience as they do, you can't convince me that they're afraid of a team that they have regularly beaten in the first round going back to 2013. You can't convince
the fact that it's one team has regularly beat us in the first round. That's so depressing, isn't it?
It's the most consistent. It's true. It's the most.
It is. It's, but no, it makes me very excited for the Leafs playoffs this year, and more than last year. I was really excited going into last year. It felt different. I also said it felt different going into Montreal, but a lot of Leafs fans didn't. That team felt like it was kind of playing above what it was all season. And the Leafs have been good without Matthews doing what he did last year too. He's been still very good, but he's been hurt and he hasn't been scoring at a 60-goal pace. And they're still winning games. They're getting saves, and the defense looks great. And now they have Ryan O'Reilly. But again, show me the receipts. Nothing matters until round 1. Not a damn thing. But I think that's my least tirade for the day. I think I got that out. I'm excited for this episode because the Leafs finally did something worthy of talking about.
Now, what's this about Tyler Mott?
Yeah, Hockey World has been convincing me to be excited over this trade. And Natasha, are you excited for Tyler Mott?
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, he's pretty good, I guess. I don't know.
What is he?
I think he'll be better than Gauthier, though.
Look at you upgraded guy. Is that all this trade is? He's slightly upgraded a player?
Just a little bit. That's basically it.
Man, Twitter went crazy for Tyler
Mott. Doing Chris Drury things. But he did get who we expected to get, so that's not a big surprise or anything.
The Rangers are really gearing up, really looking scary now.
That Tarasenko trade literally just made the Rangers a legit playoff team. I knew they were gonna probably make the playoffs again, but I didn't think they would make it far. But now I think they'll be a strong contender.
They have a good chance to come out into the Eastern Conference Finals as top of the Metro. They have a really good shot.
For sure.
Carolina's really their only competition.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, Devils. I'm so sorry, Zach. Devils.
Come again? I'm sorry. You're acting as if the Devils aren't a few points ahead of them with a game in hand. What?
I need to see the Devils in the playoffs. They haven't done it yet.
You're right. They haven't been in the playoffs since 2018. They're again a team that I can't consider. They have a lot to prove still.
Yes,
but no. The Devils are 2 points ahead of the Rangers in the standings. They're absolutely going to be a factor, and it very much looks like the first round matchup is going to be Devils and Rangers right now.
I'm so excited for that series.
As everyone should be, because
brutal.
People complain about how, their rivalries in hockey aren't very good. The best one is the Battle of Alberta. Put a spotlight on the Battle of the Hudson. Please. I beg you.
No, and it's about time that we've seen it, because I don't remember. Has there been a big playoff series between the two?
Yes.
Recently?
No. The last time these two teams met in the playoffs was the Eastern Conference Finals in 2012. The Devils won that in 6, famously in double overtime on the Adam Henrique "it's over" goal, one of the best calls by Doc Emmerich, objectively speaking.
That's hard to do with the top Doc Emmerich's list. Yeah, so Pete, that's it. We haven't been able to see this rivalry for a while. This podcast is going to get ugly if that series goes 7, because it's going to be fun though.
Oh, it'll be a lot of fun. It will be.
The Rangers may have gotten Tarasenko, but the Devils did get Jesper Bratt back.
Yes, Jesper Bratt's playing well again, which is good, because over the last couple months he fell into a little bit of obscurity. He was struggling to really stand out. Trevor had mentioned when the Devils were in Dallas that he didn't really notice him up until one or two times. He's picking his spots again. Things are falling down. That deal will probably at this point get done at the end of the year. There's no reason that they're going to shake up in the middle of the season and extend them. I think at this point where they're at, it will be done at the end of the year. I do think they extend him. But we'll see. What they need, in my opinion, is they need another top 6 winger.
Here we go.
So for the second straight podcast, I am asking, just like the rest of Devils Twitter, for
why is Timo not in New Jersey yet?
I don't know.
We know what's happening.
We don't know that it's happening.
We know what's happening. It's who else is legitimately still in?
The Carolina Hurricanes are a legitimate threat to get Timo Meier. It is going to be between the New Jersey Devils and the Carolina Hurricanes. Both teams can offer very similar packages, and both teams can really.
Do you think Devils can outbid?
I think the Devils can outbid. I don't know if they will. I don't know.
The Devils also should feel no pressure to win right now. Carolina does.
Exactly. And that's why I don't know if they will. Because really, this season is kind of no one expected this.
Well, it's like the Rangers last year. It just we're good so quickly. What do we do?
Exactly.
Did the Rangers buy at the deadline last year?
Yeah, they bought Tyler Mott. I'm not joking. They did that.
Yeah, I know. I didn't realize it was that recent.
Yeah.
Tyler Mott is the key to the Eastern Conference Final.
Hopefully.
Why did the Devils not go get Tyler Mott?
Because the Rangers were willing to give up as much as they were willing to give up for them, and I don't care. I don't want Tyler Mott on the Devils. I just don't.
He's just a guy.
Exactly. He's just a guy. Like we've got Miles Wood. He's a guy.
Yeah.
Oh God, Miles Wood.
Yeah, no one's really happy with Miles Wood.
Every team has a Miles Wood.
Well, Miles Wood has about the grace of not very graceful right now. He had one play against it wasn't Pittsburgh, St. Louis, maybe. I don't remember if it was St. Louis. It was from a game last week where he just kind of tripped over nothing.
That's the Miles Wood special.
It's the Miles Wood special is crashing into the goalie and getting called for goalie interference.
Does every team in the league just have one guy that, like, if someone fell down to the ice, you're like, oh, that's probably him? Just like, I feel like every team's got at least one. Probably. Who's it on the Rangers? It's not that they're a bad player. It's just always them. The Stars, it's Mason Marchment. I swear he spends more time on the ice than like skating. And he's talented, but damn, he's on the ice a lot. Yeah, it's just I love players like that. The Leafs have Frederick Gauthier, when he was a Leaf, he fell down like once or twice a shift. Like he was just flopping around on the ice. I love those guys. Miles Wood might be I can't wait for Miles Wood to score an overtime goal in the playoffs. It's just gonna be
Yeah, could you imagine?
It's gonna go off his ass and into the net.
That's how he scores, yeah. That is, of course, if he's still on the team past the deadline. We'll see. I don't think there's a reason. I do think they're going to have to break up the BMW line, though, in a little bit. It's just they've been getting cooked a little bit. It's not been the best result that you would want.
Yeah,
to say the least.
Yeah. Also news about Jonathan Toews. I don't know if either of you saw this before the episode because it came out this afternoon. Lasting effects from COVID. So he himself made a statement that he's going to take some time to make sure that he's healthy. He hasn't played since the end of February. No, when did he play last? Mid-January he played.
Okay.
And hasn't played since. So he made a statement, and the GM did, that he's going to be on the team past the deadline. And the main focus is going to be his health to make sure he's okay. So that I know that we were kind of more on the boat that Jonathan Toews is not much of an asset at this deadline, but it does shake things up.
It just makes one less player available. What that says to me is now, realistically, I don't. They might move Kane. They might not. I don't see it as incredibly likely at this stage.
So the Blackhawks played Toronto the other night, and it because Chicago isn't really on the big stage right now. Like, there's not a lot of people tuning into Blackhawks games. So I think playing Toronto gave the hockey world a good chance to see Patrick Kane play. Guys, he's god awful.
Yeah.
We
not
know
good.
What?
He's so obviously hurt, and he keeps trying to make these statements that he's fine. His hip doesn't work, and like he floats. He does the one thing that I don't want to see any player ever do. I don't care if you're bad defensively. I want to see effort, and he gives none.
The only player who is allowed to float on the ice at any point
is Alex Ovechkin
on the power play. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. And if it's 5-on-5, I don't want to see him do it.
Yeah, if it's 5-on-5, yes, 100%.
Yeah.
But if it's
he gave no
effort. If it's power play, no, he's doing it right so far. What are we to tell him to do something else?
And I unfortunately missed the game, but I heard the same thing about Max Domi, that he just floats. I don't know if the Blackhawks are going to be able to make a move. That is true. You take into account.
The whole
I
franchise
probably
is
wouldn't try
floating.
either. They're just floating in hell.
Yeah.
Like the Leafs might go out and get McCabe. Other than that, I don't think Chicago's moving anybody. Because now that we've really, people probably knew this beforehand, but a lot more people do now. Patrick Kane is not an asset that can be moved realistically. What does Chicago do? Jonathan Toews can't be traded. Patrick Kane can't be traded now. Max Domi, I never really got a Max Domi trade. It just never.
It's probably more if there's a trade to happen. I feel like Max Domi's probably the guy. He always seems to be that guy that teams want to add.
Apparently, he's the one guy there that likes to play for Chicago still. Apparently, he's like the one guy that's always doing the outreach stuff, and he's very vocal about being a Blackhawk.
Not Seth Jones, who they're paying like
surprisingly not. Surprisingly not.
That is surprising.
Yeah, it's Max Domi apparently is the face of the Blackhawks now.
Well, all right. So Max Domi's probably staying in Chicago.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it sounds like Chicago kind of got screwed here because what do you do now? Because, like, are they close to Bedard? Good luck competing with Columbus in Anaheim. Who Natasha's finally going to get me to acknowledge that Columbus is definitely bad enough for Bedard.
We're tanking for Bedard, even though Gary doesn't believe in tanking.
I need to apologize to Natasha on camera about how much I've been neglecting how awful the Blue Jackets are.
Yeah, we know this.
Didn't the Blue Jackets just beat the Leafs?
Yes, and they also beat Dallas. Dallas is in a rut though. But they played the Leafs on a home and home, and the one that the Leafs won the first game. Which when you do a home and home, the first one always matters more. Like the second one, I think is more of a write-off game. I've never heard a broadcaster say the team is so bad it doesn't matter if you take a penalty. I've never heard that before. Wow. Like a player for Columbus just went up and slashed someone. They're like, why does it matter? Do whatever you want.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Yeah. And then, of course, they beat the Stars. But it's fine. It's fine. Yeah. Zach, where do we go from here?
Well,
Andre Kuzmenko, this little funny GIF.
Sure. Let's go into the Andre.
This is making its rounds.
So when you guys think of what NHL players consume on the bench to keep themselves hydrated, maybe ready to go, sometimes they go a little snack. Like the big thing now is of course BioSteel, as they're the ones with the contract. If you're Jack Hughes, it's that yellow Gady.
I love that. I love the Gady comments he makes.
If you're Kel
slap on the wrist.
Well, yeah, but it's weird because the NHL is sponsored by BioSteel, but Jack Hughes is endorsed by Gatorade. Anyway,
he's got his own brand deal.
These guys, yes. Well, Andre Kuzmenko is looking for his own brand deal, it seems, as he was drinking Pepsi and eating a banana
on the bench.
Yeah.
To me, this is. Remember when Cale Makar had like a cookie? To me, this is so much funnier.
Waffle, yes.
Oh, yeah, Stroop Waffle on the bench is absolutely fantastic. I love that.
10 out of 10.
And I'll stand by it. Look, man, sometimes a little sugar isn't gonna be the worst thing in the world for.
Apparently, Patterson asked him, "Is that coffee?" And he responded, "Pepsi, Pepsi, Pepsi." And then you can see Patterson just shake his head. But my favorite part is he has the Pepsi in a little BioSteel cup. Like who?
Yeah, of course you have to. You have to.
Yeah.
It doesn't. They have to use the BioSteel cup. You can't. That's the thing.
You have to have them on the bench now. Like everything's got to be BioSteel. It's a little much. Like.
Well, those are the
deal. BioSteel gave him a lot of money.
Deals, sponsorships.
And
BioSteel towels.
Which NHL player is involved with them? Mike Camilleri, I think.
Not sure. BioSteel's good.
I think you're right. I forget his name though.
Yeah.
Ex Maple Leaf.
Yeah, it's Mike Camilleri on the founding of BioSteel. Yep.
He really helped found.
Yep.
Damn. So it is a hockey company. We can kind of say it is.
It is
hockey.
It
Cool.
has its roots
I
in
didn't know
hockey
that.
for sure.
Awesome. But like, I don't know. There's just something so funny to me about a player drinking a little Pepsi on the bench with a little banana. Like, who brought him the Pepsi? That like, because he can't just like carry it out from the locker.
Yeah, no. So there's a guy. There's a guy on the equipment.
There's
manager.
the Pepsi guy. The Pepsi guy.
The equipment manager.
Yeah, the equipment.
You really think that they can't get Pepsi down to the locker room of
no, they
Vancouver
can.
for him? Like,
there's NHL teams that have sodas in the locker room.
Yeah,
it happens. Look at Phil Kessel drinks a Coke, man. Like,
man, it wouldn't surprise me.
That's just Phil Kessel.
The rumor has it that there are still NHL players that take cigarette breaks during intermission. So like nothing surprises me anymore, man.
Yeah, I heard of that.
Yeah, it's
do they just go outside?
I'm not gonna say which players we think it is, but we all have like our little rumors of players that we go, yeah, it's probably you.
Trevor, who do you think it is? Allegedly. Who do you allegedly think it is?
Okay, I don't know if we've talked about this on camera or is off camera, but it has to be someone good, right? It's got to be a good player, because if you're a fringe guy and you're smoking in the locker room, you're getting sent down.
I would
think that's safe to say.
I think
they
Tyler
wouldn't be
Seguin
smoking in the locker room though.
There's probably like a special area or something.
Room or something, yeah.
No, I don't think there is. I don't.
Why
no, but here's the thing about the Stars is I've been around them directly after games, and I do not smell any cigarette smoke. You would smell it.
You would smell it.
I think that there's media for the team that this player plays for that know it's best to keep their mouth shut on saying who it is. They know.
Possible.
Especially if you get like an intermission interview with the guy, you know.
Well, yes, but only if you catch him after.
Yeah, no, he's real smart about it. Like, he does his interview and then takes a quick puff. And if he was still in the league,
has to be
I would have
European,
immediately.
Because I don't think an American player would.
Can I say it's probably Russian? Without like
I was going to say it's probably Russian.
No, it's probably going to be
a lot of Russian.
No, it's that. It's 100%. Well, actually, yeah, it could be a Russian player. I wouldn't know, but I'm not putting it past a Canadian, American, Russian. It could be anyone.
It could be anyone.
If he was still in the league, it's 100% Alexander Radulov. Like if he was still playing in the NHL, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that I could see. The guy who was caught out at a club during the Predators playoff run, like 10 or so years ago. Yeah, that checks. That tracks.
Yeah. He just gives me it's the face, it's the vibe of Alexander Radulov.
Tyler Seguin.
No, Tyler Seguin's a good boy. He would never. Look at Tyler Seguin. That dude takes conditioning seriously.
Yeah, so if Tyler Seguin's consuming any sort of nicotine, he's vaping and or dip.
Oh no, I want to know how many players are vaping locker.
Probably not.
That number's high.
I'm sure that the majority of players who are even like quote unquote smoking, I think that the way that, I think it's more common that people are just vaping as opposed to actually going out of their way for smoking cigarettes.
Which is not any much better. From Wrinkles in the Crease, we do not vouch.
We do not condone substance abuse.
Vaping
that is correct. We do not condone substance abuse. Substance abuse is bad. If you or anyone you know feels like they are suffering, please reach out, seek help. It's never too late.
Don't be
it's never too late
one of those players that goes off the deep end after their career.
We don't want you to pull a Yuri Hudler. Please.
Oh, there it is. There it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jack, you said you have some more trivia for me?
Yes, I do. So, Natasha, alleged Rangers fan, I wanted to talk to you about a fun little thing I noticed the other day as I was just kind of going down a rabbit hole on Wikipedia. So, for Rangers first-round picks, they drafted 1 year Brady Shea. Their next first-round pick was Lias Anderson. In what year was each player picked?
Natasha,
can I give you like a ballpark? because I'm not good at like exact dates or anything.
I will
embarrass myself.
It is between between the years of 2000. It's in the 2010s. Both were drafted in the 2010s.
Zach, repeat the question again.
Yeah, repeat it.
Brady Shea and Elias Anderson were drafted in the first round by the Rangers. They were Brady Shea was drafted first. Their next first round pick was Elias Anderson. What years were each player picked?
Brady Shea.
Your hint is that it's not back-to-back years.
Okay. Brady Shea
really
like 2013 something, 2012.
2012, yes.
Okay. And what's the other player?
Elias Anderson.
Elias,
yeah.
Is it also in the 2010s?
It is also in the 2010s.
20.
So really, they're back-to-back first round picks.
20.
No.
It's not 2016. It's 20.
You're very close.
Am I close?
Yes.
2018?
No. Went down a little bit.
2017.
2017.
Yeah. Okay.
So
12 and 17 were their back.
Yes.
So that's really far apart. Okay.
The Rangers went 1, 2, 3, 4 years without a first round draft pick.
And then their next one was
Elias Anderson. And then after that was are you ready for this? Kravtsov.
No, it was Filipino.
Are you sure? I thought Kravtsov was 2018.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
It was Kravtsov.
Ninth overall in 2018. It was Kravtsov. Oh no, you're right. It was Hedel then Kravtsov because Hedel was drafted in 2017.
And then Keandre Miller and then Nils Lundqvist.
Yes, I did not realize that Hedel was drafted in.
Everyone's favorite.
Nils Lundqvist.
Yeah. Did I tell you guys my favorite? When I was at the Devils Rangers game, someone behind me was yelling, "Yeah, that's it, Chidel. Way to go, Chidel! Driving the puck, Chidel."
No.
I waited until the puck stoppage, and I couldn't help myself, and I said, "All right, which one of you is saying Chidel right now? Because we're just going to help each other out here. It's Hedel. Hedel."
You're a Rangers fan. It's not hard. Rangers.
Just listen to the commentary.
A lot of people are Rangers fans just for the show of it. For the show of it, man. Yeah.
The only Rangers fans
are not real fans, man.
But you're seeing them at an away game. Oh, it's probably cheaper just seeing them.
It's much cheaper to see them
at
the Provincial Center than
Madison. You have to
Square Garden. Let's not front.
My mind had to turn off that it's not really an away game.
I would have to sell both of my kidneys to see the Rangers in person at MSG.
I want to see the Leafs play at Scotiabank Arena, but I'll never get to.
At least it's kind of a Madison Square Garden though right now.
I actually wonder which is more expensive. I feel like they're on par going to see a Rangers game and a Leafs game.
Toronto's double.
They're about the same, but Toronto's a bit more expensive.
Toronto on average is like double.
No, but the Rangers are in that higher tier of more expensive.
Oh yeah.
Yes, Rangers are there, but Toronto is like so far above anybody else. It's the charts are bad for the price of Toronto seats. I can guarantee it's easier to get to a Rangers game.
Probably. Whose fault is it they like that though?
Are the Blackhawks also expensive? Or am I?
No, not right now.
It wouldn't surprise me. Right now, they're probably not, but it wouldn't surprise me if all the major cities have expensive teams. I know the Lightning aren't that expensive.
The Penguins are. The Penguins are expensive to see. They won't be for much longer, but they are.
Well, they've never really
been Are the Yotes still bad? Like, still expensive? Because Gary has.
No, the Yotes weren't nearly as bad as what I thought they were going to be with the smaller arena.
Yeah,
they're like $120.
Yeah, no one wants to. They couldn't sell 5,000 seats in the old arena.
But they could do the 3,500 or something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Zach, do we get to do my fun question?
Go for it.
Yeah, have fun.
Because the Daytona 500 is currently going on, I hate NASCAR with a burning passion. I like auto racing, but NASCAR's a joke to me. Which NHL player do you see just has the highest chance of winning the 500? I'll let y'all take the floor first.
Serious answer only, right?
Yeah. Which player do you think, like, personality-wise, you just see doing NASCAR? And
Jason Robertson.
Riley Sheehan.
Why does Riley Sheehan make so much sense?
Wait, really?
Because Riley Sheehan, on October 29th of 2012, was stopped by police in Grand Rapids, Michigan, after a roadside test determined that he was driving with a blood alcohol content of a 0.30, nearly 4 times the legal limit, while wearing a purple Teletubby costume and carrying the ID of fellow Red Wings prospect Brendan Smith.
Yeah,
wow.
That's
Ryan O'Reilly, but not for the good reason.
Am I not allowed to use that answer anymore? Because I really like that answer.
No, that's
any
a good answer.
Who's ever had a DUI.
I think what NHL player has the highest odds of wearing a wife beater and having a mullet in the off season? Who's winning the 500?
Austin Matthews.
Oh God, it might be Austin, but I know he's too bougie for NASCAR.
No, true. Yeah, that's true.
Because he does he's like Versace.
I wouldn't say Tyler Sagan, but I think that would kind of make sense.
He's bougie too, though. He's always in the Bahamas.
You know?
Jordy Ben.
Jordy Ben or Jordy?
Jordy Ben. That's my answer, Zach. Jordy Ben.
I mean, he's got the beard for it. Brent Burns is also a great answer, I feel like.
Nah.
He's a little bit too big to be a NASCAR driver, though. He's gigantic.
Yeah, he'd have a hard time getting out of the window, but I could see
him. Matthew Tkachuk.
No. Yeah.
I could see it, probably.
Tom
Wilson. Matthew Tkachuk and both Tkachuks would be the perfect Florida man.
Are Tom Wilson and Chick Hicks the same person?
Yes.
This is one of those moments on the podcast where Zach wants to drive to Texas just to slap me in the face and turn around.
Just a little bit.
It happens. It happens. It happens.
Yeah.
So, Natasha, any news with the Bruins lately, or are they just still
doing their thing?
Still doing their thing.
Winning games.
They're trying to get this guy, I forget his name, from the Blue Jackets, if I'm not wrong.
Something with a G, right?
Yeah. I'm totally blanking.
Garianov or something like that.
Yeah.
Yes, I heard the Columbus Blue Jackets have been holding him out.
Vladislav Gavrikov.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah. I don't know if we'll actually go for him, but honestly, if they do get him,
Jarmo Kekalainen tends to get a lot for assets, though. It takes him a lot. It takes a lot. He overcharges for his assets. That's the word I'm looking for.
Yeah, and the Bruins still haven't re-signed Pasta, so we'll see where that goes.
They won't. He's going to the
Pasta wants
the New Jersey Devils.
Don't tease me like that. He's not going to the Devils. He's going to Boston.
Quinn Hughes is. We don't know.
Yeah, that's again. Don't tease me, please.
But yeah,
Gavrikov is now the big fish at the deadline.
No, it's still Meyer, but
I'm getting sick of the Meyer talk, though.
I'm just getting sick of the lack of action on the Meyer talk. I just want make a deal. Just get it done.
Tell me what the trade is realistically going to look like. But I know that's hard information to get.
I think at this point, I think it looks like probably Alex Holtz, a first-round pick, or maybe not even a first-round pick, a second-round pick, and I don't know. It might be. If you do a first-round pick, I could see. The problem is, a week ago, I would have said, yeah, let's give up Sharon Govich. But if you do a first-round pick alongside who I completely lost my train of thought.
It's the
on the Devils.
There's other trade pawns in this deadline kind of era, not era, but you know what I mean. That I think are more interesting.
Other options out there.
Yeah, you know who's an interesting piece that's not getting talked about? Jacob Vrana, who just got out of the player assistance program and is kind of coming back in. Apparently, once the Red Wings want to move on, if you need a depth forward, he's probably cheap. I think he'd be an interesting option for the Stars. Because and then Denis Gurianov's available from Dallas too.
Oh,
it's just not working there.
I knew there was a Gurianov on the trade block somewhere. I wasn't.
Yeah, Gurianov.
Okay.
Yeah, he makes too much money and isn't quite working out in Dallas.
Oh my God, a Dallas Star making too much money. Better get him out of there before they bury him in the AHL.
Is this a joke about Dobby? Because I don't want to hear it again.
I'm so mad about the fact that Anton Khudobin is in the AHL. Yes, that is exactly what this is about.
I just hope.
I'm not wrong for being mad. You can't tell me.
We're mad too. I think. Thing is, it's so unlike Jim Nill to just stick an NHL guy in the like. It's weird.
I think I remember the package I had in mind for potentially Timo Meier. You look at Alex Holtz, a first-round pick, and if you can fucking convince him. Let me restart that. Excuse me. Packages, of course, that I was thinking of before. Alex Holtz, a first-round pick, and if you can convince the Sharks to actually do this, I think you can sneak in Andreas Janssen.
That would be. The Stars need bodies, man. They might. Like Cap ain't a problem to them. Yeah.
Yeah. And look, Andreas Janssen, he had 35 points in 71 games last year. He just cannot crack the Devils lineup this year.
Yeah,
cannot do it.
He might do well in a team where he can do top minutes and play more.
Which a team
he
the
can
caliber, yeah, exactly.
Erik Karlsson to the Oilers is fun too. If they can get it, I don't know how the money works though. Because everyone's saying, "Oh, yeah, that's the big trade that we need to be talking." I don't know how Edmonton affords it.
The problem with that trade is, and does anyone here trust Erik Karlsson to continue this level of production, or stay healthy, or some combination of both?
Probably not.
Not long enough to make it worth it.
So, in that sense, this is only going to last for so long. The Sharks should absolutely do everything they can to get rid of him and get what they can for him. Yeah. They're probably going to have to retain at least 40%, if not go the full 50. But
I think so. Yeah. I think you're fine with doing that too, just to get some alleviation from it. But him on the Oilers, if he can play like this, him on the Oilers makes them scary too.
That makes the Oilers a scary team, but
yeah.
We'll see.
Cool. You have one full line that can score.
Fantastic.
Cool. And, they can't defend. I don't know how much bringing Erik Karlsson helps with that.
I mean, Connor McDavid
he plays defense.
Like,
he's a defenseman.
No, he's a forward that lines up at defense. Let's be real.
No, he is an offensive defenseman.
Mm-hmm. That can't play defense.
I mean,
say it how it is.
I mean, there are some guys who play defense who just can't play defense. I feel like that's pretty common in today's NHL.
Yeah,
where there are a lot of defensemen who are more proficient in the offensive zone than they are in their own zone. PK Subban,
Tyson Barrie.
Yeah,
Tyson Barrie's a great example with the Oilers. Awful in zone end, can't be trusted. Great power play guy. Great fit for the Oilers. The Oilers just need to really embrace the fact that they outscore their opponents.
Yeah.
Screw defense. Jack Campbell's riding hot right now. He is your defense.
And Stuart Skinner's also been not bad by any stretch.
Yeah. Trade Darnell Nurse. Get worse defensively. Just score goals.
Yeah, that sounds like a really good sound move.
Timo Meier to the Oilers.
A team who needs defense, they should trade away.
Trade their only defensive player.
Yeah, exactly. They should do that. Yeah. You're right.
It's good. Let me be a GM, honestly. I think I'd be great at it.
Trevor GM mode.
Trevor, you know the rules. If you want to be a GM, you have to go in and take over the Vancouver Canucks. You already know the rules. Are you gonna fly out to Vancouver and kick down Jim Benning's former door?
Yeah, just kick it. No, we're trading everybody. We're trading Jim Rutherford back to the Penguins. I don't want him here anymore.
You don't want him.
We're sending Jim Rutherford and JT Miller to the Penguins so they can have more boat anchor.
We traded Jim Rutherford and JT Miller for 2-day-old sushi for the Penguins. It sounded like a good idea at the time, given the many
but now the
bodies
team
of
has
water
food
that
poisoning.
many bodies of water near Pittsburgh that are of course known for sushi quality fish. So that was a sound trade.
We're trading Thatcher Demko for a fourth.
Stop.
Fixed it.
Stop.
Make team bad. We want Bedard.
Yeah.
Zach, keep me from talking more. I'm going to make bad trades.
Please don't. Please stop. This episode right now.
You get one more bad trade. One more bad trade. Make me want to leave. Make me want to leave. Make me want to leave. Right now.
Let me look at the Canucks roster.
I want you to really upset me with this trade.
I'm going to trade Quinn Hughes to the New York Rangers.
For who?
I just said. I do not like what you just said at all. That is horrible. Do not continue.
Stop. For who?
Who's for the guy they traded for today? Yeah, no, just Krasov.
Oh God, no, that's painful.
Maybe and a third.
I mean, I'd be happy. I like when he's
Natasha, I can't imagine why you would be happy.
10 out of 10 trade. Blockbuster.
Stop it.
JT Miller, we'll trade him to the Devils so he can teach Jack Hughes how to
JT Miller was a New York Ranger.
Yes. I remember JT Miller, the first time I remember him is he fought Sergei Kalinin in like 2015 and he had his hand taped. So that resulted in a match penalty for him, and the Devils got a 5-minute major.
Yeah, because any taping of the wrist and hands is a game misconduct, isn't it?
Exactly.
It's a big deal.
It is a huge deal because just adding that little bit of tape can cause that much more damage to the opponent's face.
But I saw a player on the Stars with some kind of tape like here. Is that allowed?
I think so.
I think here has because I think you can make the case anyway for injury.
Having your wrist taped is one thing. Having your hand taped is a different thing. Yeah, and
but I know the Ange was very stingy about the tape.
Yeah. And on that day, Sergei Kalinin not only had that fight, but he had a Gordie Howe hat trick.
We love Gordie Howe hat tricks.
We do. We do. I had a lot of high hopes for Sergei Kalinin. I'm going to be honest with you. He was not what I was hoping he would be. But I digress.
It's okay. Jack Hughes is a devil.
Jack Hughes is a devil. Jack Hughes is a great devil.
Yeah.
All right.
Zach, does that wrap us up?
I think that about wraps us up.
A little bit of a shorter episode. Right. We've had some longer ones recently.
Yeah, that works. Yeah. All right. So thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time. Enjoy the week, and let's go Devils.
Go Leafs. Play in the parade.